Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories. We start with Marcelo Brozovic as Barca are reportedly going all out to sign the 30-year-old Busquets replacement target. According to new reports, we are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about this Bayern Munich right back Benjamin Pavard, as it has been reported that the right back is pushing for a move to Barcelona. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. According to a report from Mundo Deportivo's Fernando Polo, Barcelona are going all out in the pursuit of Inter Milan midfielder Marcelo Brozovic as they look to replace Sergio Busquets. The 34-year-old completed his transfer to Inter Miami, which was announced last night. His exit leaves a gaping hole in the midfield department at Barcelona, and manager Xavi Hernandez is looking for a top player to fill that void. Moves for Martin Zubimendi and Joshua Kimmich were considered and abandoned due to financial issues. As such, the La Liga champions have narrowed in on Brozovic as the next best option and are gunning for his signing. The report states that Xavi, Matteo Alemany, and Deco are all on the same page when it comes to the Croatian international, and they are pushing hard to sign him up. However, Barcelona are facing a challenge in their pursuit of Brozovic, as Saudi Arabian giants Al Nassr are also keen on signing him. They are putting a lot of money on the table, both for the player and Inter Milan, who prefer to sell him to the Asian outfit. As such, the Catalans wish to convince the 30-year-old that he still has a lot left to offer at the highest level, and that moving to a minor league at this point might not be the best choice. Furthermore, Xavi wishes to impress upon him that he values his quality and competitiveness and wants him at the club to fulfill the role Busquets used to do. The Blaugrana believe that the next week will be key to Brozovic's future and hope that they are able to get him from Inter Milan, with some reports also suggesting that they are willing to offer 15 million euro for his signing. Of course, Marcelo Brozovic continued to be strongly linked to Barcelona. The problem I have with Marcelo Brozovic is the age. He's 30 years old, and we are trying to look for, a long-term DM to replace Busquets. Of course, we know players like Zubimendi were the best choice candidates, but unfortunately, it's impossible for Barca to get their hands on him because, the player doesn't even want to show up, and Sociedad are also refusing to sell. But going for a 30-year-old player for me, I think it's not the best option age-wise. Yes, Brozovic is a top quality midfielder, and of course many clubs really like to have him in their ranks. But when we consider the fact that this club is going through a transition and we are getting younger players more than ever, but getting a Busquets replacement, I think, to be honest, getting a player younger than 30 is better. Except that they have a plan that if they can sign Brozovic, knowing fully well that it's a short-term solution, then start also searching for a younger midfielder even next summer. Then that's okay, because if Barca are putting their hopes that Brozovic should be the long-term successor to Busquets, then it's kind of weird, honestly. So the report now is saying that Barca are pushing and pushing. They want to go all out to sign the midfielder, as everybody is in one accord. I'm talking about the coaching staff, the sporting directors, the Barca board are all in one accord that Brozovic should be pursued, and Barca should try their best to ensure that a move for him is possible and it is achievable. Barcelona have had many players linked to that DM role since Busquets announced his departure, and none of them have come to fruition. As I earlier said, Zubimendi was a top choice, it failed. Joshua Kimmich was another top choice, it failed. Amrabat was the third choice. Amrabat was also always regarded as the next best choice after those two top players. But unfortunately, Amrabat waited and waited. Barca were not taking things seriously. After he was really craving to join Barca, unfortunately, Amrabat decided that he will move on with his career and he will go to a club that also needs him, Atletico Madrid, as that's what is happening now. So as it stands right now, Barca have been chasing all types of midfielders across the top five leagues, and up to now they haven't made any firm decision. But when we look at the reports recently, Marcelo Brozovic has been the most talked about midfielder, the most talked about and the most linked player, as Barcelona are pushing and pushing for a possible signature for the top class Croatian midfielder. And I think that if he succeeds to join, he has a lot that he will contribute to this team. But the only issue that I have was the age. He's not going to play for a very long time. Yes, he's 30. He still have about 5 to 6 years to play. But when we talk about younger players, when Busquets came into Barca, he was still about 23 or 22, which he has played for 15 good years. And that is why we're talking about building a team from scratch, transition, you know. So let's see actually if they will succeed in his pursuit or not. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona are still on the lookout for a new right back heading into the summer. Although it is not at the top of their priority list at the moment, several low-cost names such as Ivan Fresneda of Real Valladolid and Lo Charel of Feyenoord continue to be linked, while João Cancelo remains high on the agenda as well. However, according to a fresh report from German journalist Christian Falk, Barcelona were and are interested in this Bayern Munich defender Benjamin Pavard, who is on the market this summer. Barca have been linked for a very long time with him, since January, although the links have gone quiet lately, especially with reports suggesting that Pavard wished to play as centre-back from next season onwards. However, Christian Falk writes that Barca continue to hold an interest in Pavard, but they are not the only top team pursuing the player. Indeed, as per the report, Premier League heavyweights Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester City are also looking at Benjamin Pavard as a target. In fact, there have been talks with Liverpool, although they are not yet they have not led to anything substantial at this point. Going by what the German journalist wrote, he said Liverpool and Pavard they talk with the agents but have never been concrete with the club, and that's also the positions of the other clubs. There aren't many clubs which are of interest to Pavard. There was and is Barca, there is Liverpool, Chelsea, then if City are on the table, then City too. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.